That's all.
Good, Nate. All right. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Fan Fuel, where the fans fuel talk about motorsports. I am, again, your interim host for our final show of the year. This is episode 44. It's been a damn good year, and we are joined again by Dalton Good. Dalton's your second time on. How you doing, dude?
Good like my last name. Thank you guys for having me.
Hell yeah. Yeah, always good to have you on. And then, as always, I'm joined by Nathan Ball. Good old perfect attendance, Nate.
Mm-hmm.
What do you?
Honestly, I don't have much to say.
Yeah, I know it's getting into the dog days of the off season here, to where it's been long enough,
maybe.
Yeah, without weekly racing that I'm getting kind of bored. There's only so many times I can go through and binge watch NASCAR videos on YouTube.
Yeah, I've gone through all of them.
Yeah. What do you guys have any plans for the rest of the year here?
Well, tomorrow morning I'm heading out to Johnson City to spend Christmas with my dad's side of the family. I spent Christmas with my mom's side last week, so we already got that out the way. So now it's Dad's turn. Then I got to head back to work for a couple days right after that. Not official yet, but I'm thinking about going to the Music City Bowl in Nashville on New Year's Eve, December 30th, when Tennessee plays Purdue. Nothing's official yet, but hopefully I'll get to go to that game. And then the New Year's here. That's about it for now.
Yeah, that's about it for me. I don't really have much going on, so I'm a split family, so I'm probably going to do Christmas half and half, like half the day at one house, half the day at the other. Other than that, probably sleep in till at least 10 every day. I don't know. This is like the 1 week of the year where I have nothing going on. So,
yeah, I'm about the same. I'll do morning with Dad over at my house. We'll do breakfast and presents, hang out most of the day, and then probably go to Mom's for dinner. New Year's Eve, I don't know what I have going on, but I'm sure I'll be at a party somewhere. I have work tomorrow and all next week except for Friday. So
I would love to go to downtown Nashville for a New Year's Eve, but I don't have my damn wallet. I lost my license in it.
Oh, damn. How'd you do that?
No.
Well, me and my roommate went to go see Spider-Man last week, and we saw the final showing. We went at the 11 o'clock showing, and I remember I bought some hot dogs. I put the wallet back in my pockets, and then we sat down, we watched the movie, and then I thought I had it with me. I thought I felt it in my pocket, and then I woke up the next morning. I couldn't find where I usually put it, and I'm like, "Wait, where's my wallet?" And I asked my roommate if he's seen it. He said no, and but I had to go to work, so I really didn't have any time to look. And he went to the movie theater the exact moment they opened to see if they found it, and apparently they didn't. So, yep,
man. Well, hopefully it turns up in just a stupid spot here in the next couple days.
Dude, I checked everywhere, and I finally gave up. My roommate went over there. He asked if anybody turned it in. They said no, and we even checked the exact seats in the exact theater that we were in. They even lifted up the whole seat. Wasn't in there too. I came home. I checked the pockets of the clothes I wore. I checked under my car, and I said, "Yeah, fuck it. I'm not wasting any more time trying to find out. Just go get some new ones."
Yeah. Well, damn, that's always a bummer, losing a wallet.
Oh, it pisses me off to no end. It's the one thing in life that annoys me the most.
Apparently, Alex has lost his wallet 4 times at the movies. That's
I've never lost it yet, man. So I'm hoping I can keep that going.
Hopefully you don't, because it's awful.
It sucks. Yeah,
I've lost my keys. That's pretty much all I've lost.
If anybody in the Murfreesboro, Tennessee area finds a checker flag wallet with my license in it, please contact me if you can. Even though I already ordered new credit cards and new license, just if you can find it, just let me know. No cash is in it, thank God, but still.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, that is shitty. Man.
Yeah.
Bum start to the week. And you had some news about Kyle Busch come out. Made the week even a little bit worse.
Oh.
For those who haven't seen it, M&Ms and Mars announced that they are leaving Joe Gibbs Racing at the end of 2022, effectively ending their sponsorship with Kyle Busch. They are leaving NASCAR altogether after the end of this next season. So it'll be the first time since I think 97 at least that a Mars car has not been a sponsor in a NASCAR race. And you can even go back before that when they had the Snickers cars. So, Candyman, Dalton, what was your reaction when that news broke?
Well, I mean, everything was going fine that day. I was just at work doing my job, and Nick from the Stock Car Spectacle in my group chat sent me a link from Adam Stern's Twitter that M&Ms was leaving. I clicked on it, I'm like, no. Like, I even screamed no, like in the middle of work. And I just really couldn't believe it. I didn't expect it to be like, it was pretty much like a slap in the face. I probably should have known that might have happened in the near future, but I really didn't think it was going to happen this year. I also knew M&Ms was contract was up at the end of the year, but I thought they were going to resign for maybe a couple more years like they usually do, but now they're gone. So it's just very disappointing. It sucks to lose a sponsor, especially a sponsor who's been in the sport for nearly 3 decades and who's been supporting Kyle Busch through thick and thin. And remember, this is a company that easily could have chose not to come back in 2012 after the Ron Hornaday incident, because they've been so loyal to Kyle, and his fans have been so loyal to the company as well. And for them to just leave, it's really sad. I got to say, the future for Kyle Busch is a little bit uncertain to me. I don't know what the fallout is going to be. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if he'll be at Joe Gibbs Racing much longer. I don't know what's going to happen. I guess we're just going to find out more about that late next year and see what all's going to happen and see where it ends up.
Yeah, I was pretty shocked at that too. Like, I knew it was going to happen at some point, just not now. I think the biggest loss for it is the kids, because every time you see a kid that's like a NASCAR fan, like, hey, I got in it because of the M&Ms car, or hey, I know what the M&Ms car looks like. And even when I was a little kid, I used to know that too, because I was like, that's the most recognizable car there is for someone like me when I was, maybe 4th or 5th grade growing up. So now there's no more, candy car for a kid. Like, there's no more thing they can easily identify with. Kids aren't going to identify with like FedEx or whatever. So it's just,
yeah,
I don't see like what the next kid-friendly sponsor is going to be.
Yeah, that's a good point, because when I was a kid, it was always Ken Schrader. He was the M&Ms guy, and then obviously went to Elliott Sadler and David Gilliland for a season. So yeah, I mean, that is a good point, but I mean, it really just shows like the state of sponsorship in NASCAR, that it might not be worth it for these big companies to stick around that long and become a primary sponsor for as many races as we've seen Mars take on. You got to think it's not just M&Ms, it's Snickers, it's the the gum brands, the Double Mint and Spearmint.
Dude, it's 90% of the schedule here that we're talking.
Yeah, it's crazy. Go ahead.
Well, what I was going to say was that actually, you know what? I forgot what I was going to say. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, so I got a comment here, Myra, saying that according to Alex, they got a new chief of marketing, and that's why they're leaving.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Yeah. I was going to say. I was going to say you can't really blame anybody for the situation. I know a lot of people are blaming NASCAR. I mean, which sometimes they usually do, and sometimes it's understandable. But what everybody needs to know is that this was announced, like they were notified way before the number changed. They were notified in the summer. Everyone also thought it was because Kyle said the R word at Martinsville. That was also not true either. Thank you, Adam Stern, for confirming that, by the way, letting us know that they were under new management. They just want to go explore new things. I mean, again, it sucks. I really hate they're leaving, especially of all the money I spent on them. But at the end of the day, it's business. I get it. If they want to go and explore new things, let them. I thank them for everything they've done in the past 15 years. I'm ready to celebrate one final year this year with them. And I will definitely keep all my M&M stuff. I mean, at least they're not going to another driver. That's one positive about it. But all I can say is thank you, M&Ms. I just hate it had to end this way.
Yeah. And Nate and I were wondering that before you hopped on too, is so if Kyle gets a new sponsor, say Monster Energy comes on full time with him, are you going to replace all your gear with Monster Energy?
Well, Monster Energy is definitely not happening because of Rowdy Energy.
Using that as a
However, I would love for Monster to come back because I miss that 54 Monster car heavily, but with the Rowdy Energy, that'll never happen, of course. That's going straight to Ty Gibbs. It just depends on what happens. Of course, we've still got interstate batteries, but they're not going to do the whole schedule. I mean, we all know that. They may bump up, I don't know, 4-6 more races, but they're not doing the whole schedule, obviously. I mean, honestly, whatever sponsor comes in, I'll support them 100% no matter what it is. It's going to suck to have to replace all this, yes, but it's what I got to do. I always love to support all Kyle sponsors, and whichever one comes in, I'll go ahead and buy the products.
Yeah.
I mean, it could always be worse. You could have like Viagra, like Mark Martin or something like that.
Yeah.
If you got to get a whole room full of that.
Extend.
So my group chat was asking me about this, and if it happens to be extensive Viagra, I don't know how the hell I'm going to do that because I just can't. I can't go walking around downtown in Viagra shit. I'm like, they're going to look at me like I'm a pedophile or something. I don't know.
Yeah. If any sponsors are watching, this is how loyal NASCAR fans are.
Right.
Come on, sign on to a driver.
I mean, I've heard stories of kids that were growing up with Mark Martin gear. Like they would wear their jacket to school or whatever, and they'd get in trouble or they get it taken away from them.
Oh, so, yes, I think it's a Budweiser for Dale Jr. and Kevin Harvick.
Yeah, I used to be able to not wear any Budweiser stuff when I was a Dale Jr. fan when I was like 7, 8 years old.
As middle school, yeah, they're not going to let you wear that. High school, they really didn't care, but middle school, they'll get you.
Yeah. Yeah, usually once you get into high school, they kind of understand that you're not wearing it to wear a Budweiser shirt. It's because of your fandom.
Right.
Other big news that happened this week, which the vocal minority is completely stoked about, is that the 550 package is gone. NASCAR has announced that they will no longer be running the 550 high downforce package. Instead, they're going to go to 670. Isn't that much of a jump, but it's still a jump. And they're going to go down to a 4-inch spoiler. And this was announced by Steve O'Donnell saying that he thinks it's going to improve better racing, this, that, and the other thing. Dalton, what's your opinion on that? We talked about it a little bit last night.
Like I said, the vocal minority won. How about that, Steve Phelps? I'm just so happy that Steve O'Donnell and Steve Phelps finally realized what real racing is. And the driver input, I really didn't think they were ever going to listen to the drivers again. I thought they were going to the fans' perspective and they were going to stick to the fan council's opinions. But no, they finally redeemed themselves and said, hey, I guess you guys are right. We're going to stick with the 670, excuse me. I keep thinking it's 650 for some reason. I don't know why. But, I mean, the drivers are very happy with it. I'm very surprised we never heard what Kyle's reaction was. I really wanted to hear it. But, I mean, overall, no matter what he says, I mean, all the drivers seem very, very happy about it. I was really interested in Brian Keselowski's comments on it, how it felt like a 2005 car. Now, granted, he never ran the Cup Series in 2005, but the Busch Series at the time was – they were running the same cars as Cup, so I mean technically the same thing. So I'm very happy to see. I'm very excited about that. The race is going to be even better next year. The 550 was just never going to work. I'm glad they didn't stick to it. And I just before we move on to the 670, I just want every fan out there to know that not every race next year is going to be a barn burner. Okay, this does not mean that every race next season is going to be good. I hope you guys understand that. If you say a race is boring, say a race is boring, but don't you dare be bitching saying, oh, I want my 550 package back. No, those are the good old days, Like, get the hell out of here. Yeah,
I mean, I think there's going to be a time, maybe 3 or 4 years from now, where they're going to be like, oh, I want Kentucky back. This was such a good racetrack. And they're going to, spam videos of the 2019 finish or whatever.
I will be honest with you. Cody talked about this on an old episode on Left Turn Cole. He talks about how, he's trying so hard not to bash tracks anymore until he goes to them. Like, he hates Texas, but he went to Texas and he can't confirm that it's bad. But Kentucky, for me, I've been to Kentucky, and it's actually not as bad as people say it is. I don't think – it isn't the best track in the world. Hell no. Bruce Smith was way off on that. But Kentucky was actually a pretty good weekend. I went to that 2019 race, which was a fun finish. I mean – most of the race, wasn't really all that good, but the finish, And plus, the people were nice there, so I don't really hate Kentucky as much as other people do. So just had to put that out there.
Our guest last week was Gabriel Ryer. I don't know if you've seen him on Twitter at all.
Oh, yeah, I know him.
And we were talking this week after – it was between last episode and this week that we wouldn't be surprised if there was drivers threatening like a mass exodus because of the package. Not because the Steve said it was going to be better or whatever. Like if the drivers came out and said, if this doesn't change, we're going to leave after 2022, like fucking all of us.
Right.
And especially
Maybe like
hearing some of their comments, it makes it at least a little bit more believable. Obviously, we're never going to know what was said behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Steve's have been, headstrong about this for years now, and they have not listened to the drivers. I wonder why they decided to this time. It wasn't because those cars were unstable. That wasn't the reason.
Yeah, I'm pretty curious because I'm thinking hopefully down the line we get like a Kyle Busch biography or a Tony Stewart biography where they can just say everything that happened behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Because when they're racing, they're certainly not allowed to say this kind of stuff. So I'm really, really hoping that one day we get like the full story behind everything.
And one thing I want to point out, I'm really glad that they finally fixed it, because what everybody needs to remember is that NASCAR got an extra year like gifted to them from above to get this car right, and finally they made it work. So they had, if they were given an extra year because of COVID, that's the only good thing about this pandemic is that they got an extra year to get this car right. And if you would have stuck to this 550 package after an extra year of more work on it, I can't describe how bad that would have been for the sport in general.
Yeah, that would have tanked the sport in a huge way. You're talking about all this research that they've spent years doing, all of a sudden getting kicked in the nuts after one full-time season if the 550 doesn't work out. Eek. Yeah, big oof. Next one I got, I know, Nate, you saw it because Jared mentioned it in our group chat. Dalton, you didn't know about this until I brought it up, but today it was announced that Kane is going to go full-time in the World of Outlaws next year for his team KKR. He's going to be driving the number 9 Caravan sprint car. So he will be racing alongside Brad Sweet, who is currently the 3-time consecutive champion of the World of Outlaws. What's your guys' take on that? We're going to see Kane go full-time racing again.
Yeah, good for Casey. Glad to see he's doing well. I really hate he left the sport the way he did with his health issues back in 2018. It's good to see him having fun in other series, having fun in dirt as well. Also with Brad Sweet as well. I actually remember Brad Sweet. I remember him and Casey Kane shared rides in the Nationwide series back in the 5 car back in like the 13, 14 year, something like that. That was pretty cool. So, yeah, good for Casey. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, I think the best thing out of this is that it must mean that something's better with his health than it was when he left. And again, I like seeing guys in other series have fun because I do think that even if he stuck around in NASCAR for a few more years, then he still would have wound up where he is now, just maybe later than now.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think with his health issues, it was more so the length of the NASCAR races. Like he's filled in for World Outlaws races since, and he seems to be able to do those just fine because they're short races. He can get out of the car, relax, kind of catch his breath and everything. But it is really cool to see. It's going to be interesting to see how the entire schedule affects him. I mean, because the World Outlaws, I think, are racing 93 races next season. So, I mean, it's a long, grueling schedule, but it's nothing he's not familiar with. Obviously, he has a team that goes out and they run every race. So, I mean, it'll be cool to see him racing again. It's definitely not as much of a kick in the nuts to see an old driver go to like IndyCar like Jimmy Johnson. Instead, go back to something that they grew up doing, which I'm a huge fan of. Hey,
fun fact about Casey Kane. His wife recorded me at National Super Speedway and put it on their Twitter page.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. This was after the Xfinity race when Kyle won his 100th. Me, my buddy Parr from Left Turn Cold, and this guy I know named Alex, we went down there just to wave the Rowdy Nation flag after Kyle won. Hopefully we could get some attention. But and then Casey Kane's wife, Amy, was doing some promotional work for that weekend. Like she was doing like the Instagram videos, like for social media, and she founded us, and everybody started taking pictures of us with the flag and everything. And she asked us, "Hey, can we do like a quick video for social media?" I said, "Yeah, go for it." So I thought that was pretty cool.
Huh? Where did your your profile pic of you yelling? Where'd that come from?
Is it the same day?
Oh yeah, that was same day. So I went down. I found some other Kyle fans with the another Kyle Busch flag. I wanted to go and talk to him for a little bit and like get a picture with them. And it was on a restart, and Kyle took the lead, and that's when I was screaming. And I actually saw the photographer like sit down from there, like taking the picture. And I'm like, oh, I hope that shows up somewhere. And in the middle of the race, everybody started tagging me saying, "Hey, look at you." I'm like, oh, well, there I am.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool. National Super Speedway, they love me. I got 3 pictures on their social medias right now.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah.
We got a little celebrity over here.
Yeah, I posted like a meme on Twitter like a couple weeks ago. I posted like all the pictures that Nashville Super Speedway took of me, like one at the racetrack or one at the burnouts on Broadway and 2 at the race. And I put the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man saying they love me.
Yeah. Yeah, you're famous on, I guess, on and off Twitter. How many followers are you up to now on Twitter?
I just reached
1,800.
I'm 2 away from 2,250.
Damn. How
Yeah.
do you get so many followers?
I don't know. Like it started last year. It started with that picture of what it looked like Kyle was flipping Joey off when his engine blew up at the 500 last year. I got like a whole bunch of retweets for that, and then everybody just started viewing me as like some content creator on Twitter or something, like this diehard Kyle Busch fan, and everybody just started following me left and right. I remember. I don't know if I told you this on the last episode I was with y'all, but I started 2020 with like 550 to 575 followers, and I ended it with 1,700. Yeah, 1,700.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Because, I remember when I started following you, it was about 400 to 500. Around there, and you just blew up. It seemed like overnight.
Yeah, and then I go to the racetrack, and like I usually don't think I'm like a celebrity. Like I did not understand how many people like recognize me. Like every time I go to a race, everybody's asking, "Are you Dalton Good? Are you Dalton Good? Yo, can we take a pic with you? Can I have your autograph?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." I didn't think I was getting this much fame. Like, damn, but yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Nate, you got to work on that.
Yeah, I know. Like I'm out here sometimes with content. Sometimes I'm not like a 24/7 person, but
it took me a while, bro. I mean, I was like pretty much a nobody for a long, long time, and then I just started like just now got my fame like last year. So it just takes a while. Then you got to get a little creative with it, and also I usually get like all my tweets from like Vol Twitter because like those guys are ratty. Like if you tweet one bad thing about them, you think NASCAR Twitter's bad, they'll go after your ass. So that's kind of where I get it from. I kind of want to be like that Tennessee fan of NASCAR, pretty much like a Vol Twitter / NASCAR account, if that makes sense. You know, I want to be like that.
I think I found you from either a reaction video you did, or it was like sometime you were arguing with the Chase Elliott fan. That's all I know.
That's how I got on Left Turn Colt.
I need to follow this guy.
That's how I got on Left Turn Colt because after the 500, there was this guy who thought I was a Chase Elliott fan, and I had to do a video say, "Bitch, look at my room. Like, do you see any Chase Elliott shit anywhere?" And then Left Turn Colt said, "Hey, Parv, we found a Kyle Busch fan for you. You want him on the show?" And they got me on, and then we stayed in touch for a couple months, and then Jacob and Cody had their issues, and they were like, "Hey, Dom, do you mind filling in?" I said, "Yeah, sure, I can." And then after a while, they're like, "Dom, why don't you to stay with us?" I said, "All right, well, let me have that contract." Then here I am on Left Turn Colt.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
We also have some stuff to recap from last night. If you guys didn't see it, we had a collaboration from Left Turn Cult, Fan Fuel, and Chairgaten. 3 podcasts. I think it was almost everyone from all the podcasts. Nate was on for a little bit, and he got off. Alex didn't make it, and I think you guys had someone that didn't make it, right?
Oh, well, Cooper was late.
Cooper was late. So, yeah, I mean, minus Alex, everyone checked in last night. It was a great time. We had votes on different categories. Dalton, my guy here, won. What'd you win? The brand supporter of the year.
Yes.
Yeah. Nate, were you still around for that?
Oh, yeah, that was the first one we did. Like, I already knew who I was voting for the moment they said they were going to do, like, best brand supporter.
I won the most likely to start beef on Twitter, which is
that's pretty fair. Yeah.
100% facts.
Yeah, I'll even start beef off Twitter. I don't give a shit.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, they even got kicked out of my local racetrack this year for starting beef. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's a long story.
You're gonna tell me this after the show or something.
Not allowed at my local track anymore.
Damn.
Not for the remainder of 21. I don't know about 22. What else? I mean, several awards were handed out. I think Cody won most likely to black out at a NASCAR race.
Definitely Cody.
Parv obviously won worst takes.
Because it's fucking Marvel list.
Yeah. So that was a fun time. And then we went right into some games. we did a Christmas themed, almost like a taboo game, which there was a big argument about. I am going to go out on the record and say Chairgaten, Dakota, I rewatched it. You guys are right. However, I had to stick to my guns and argue that we had 36 points. It worked. We ended up tying, officially tying. We did a trivia game, which yours truly won, as well as like a hide and seek almost, or like a finders kind of game. I don't know how to describe it. It was a great time. And Dalton, my guy here, what do sheep have?
Oh my God. Okay, so I swear to God, I never heard the word wool in my entire fucking life. Like, I swear. I can definitely explain that. So last night Rattlesnake had to describe one word to get me to say sweater, like Chris's sweater. And he says wool. And my first reaction was like, what the fuck is a wool? And then I just came clean and said, I have never heard that word in my entire life. And you guys are just so baffled by my reaction. I'm like, I seriously never heard that word in my entire life. How am I supposed to know?
Yeah. Man, that was great. There's a clip floating around on Twitter. I think it's on Facebook as well. I'll have to share it. If you guys haven't seen it yet, be sure to check it out. It was a great time to figure out that Mr. Dalton Good did not know what wool was. And it's even your Twitter bio now, right?
Yeah. I went to Wikipedia, copy and pasted the definition, and now it's on my bio, so I won't forget now.
Yeah. We need to Photoshop you like an M&Ms sheep.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Dude, would it be funny as hell if Kyle Busch gets some kind of wool sponsor after M&M's
leaves? Yeah, wool socks or something.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Them Christmas sheep, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, yeah, check it out. We were live last night on Left Turn Cult's account. It was the Naschritmas special because Jared forgot an S in Christmas. Yeah. So, Naschritmas. It is more than likely going to be a tradition. We'll probably do it again next year.
Yes.
I'm down to make it like a once every 6 months kind of thing. But, yeah, that was a great time. Y'all check it out. You are probably going to have to pause it from laughing at some point. Just being honest. We got sloppier and sloppier as the night went on.
Yeah. It was all mess, but yeah, dude, that was probably the most fun podcast I've ever been on. At least I gave you guys some entertainment. It would not have been as good if it wasn't for me not knowing what wool is. Just remember that.
Yeah, 100%. So we're here last show of 2021. I want to go around and I want to ask everyone your best and your worst moments from the season. We'll go around. Dalton, give me a best or a worst moment for you from 2021. It could be anything racing.
Anything? Okay. I have to do the 2021 Xfinity Series night race at Bristol, that finish. So I hated not being there. So I used to do for Bristol night race weekend every single year. I would always me and Dad would always spend the whole weekend there. You know, trucks on the Wednesday nights, Xfinity Friday, the Cup Saturday, just to cap it all off. But I moved to Murfreesboro, got a job, so things changed unfortunately. But I had Cup race tickets for the night race, so I was definitely not missing that. But that means I had to sacrifice the Xfinity race. I remember I left from Murfreesboro to Johnson City just to go to the night race the next day. I knew the Xfinity series race was on, so I had my Hulu app on, and I just put it on my phone while and laid it somewhere while I was driving. I didn't watch the whole thing, just so you know, but like I kind of like did this just for a little bit, like every 5 minutes, just to see what was happening. But mostly I just listened to it. And then there was a green-white checkered. I was 20 minutes from home when the final restart was getting ready to happen. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to pull over, see what happens. So I pulled over on the side of the road just to watch the final 2 laps. And holy shit, I was amazed at what happened. I'm like, dude, thank God I pulled over, because that was probably the best finish I've ever seen in history. It topped 2013 California. So Xfinity race at Bristol, best race of the year in all 3 series by far. I can't think of another finish that topped that.
Yeah, that's early pick for race of the decade right there.
Yeah, that's definitely one of them. I mean, for me, I've got a couple categories to split it into for best, because like I can't really just pick one. I'd probably say the best weekend was probably the 2021 Coke 0400. A couple people I knew came out. This was the first time they've ever been to an oval race because I think one of them went to Sonoma, and then the other one has gone to Texas, so he never really got like an entertaining race before. So we went out to both races. They sat in our section, everything. They were amazed. They'd never been to Daytona before, and it was their first time. And they're thinking like, this is the greatest racetrack on earth. Everything's nice. We had a good time. So that was up there too. Another one for me is probably the rental karting this year. There was a couple endurance races on Labor Day. I had maybe an hour and a half of sleep. Got up, drove 3 hours. This was the night after the Southern 500, and it was probably like 100 degrees outside. Did not expect to win. The moment I saw guys showing up in fire suits, I was like, yeah, we're in trouble here. And sure enough, there was a guy ahead of me. I was leading the race early through the pit stops, and there was a dude behind me I recognized his suit color. I'm like, this is the guy that was behind me earlier, but this time he's ahead of me. So I drive all the way up to him. The white flag comes out, and the guy waits to wave the flag until I'm there. And I'm like, wait a minute, is this what I think's happening? And I come around, race is over, and they're like, oh yeah, you actually won. You were a lap ahead of that guy. So I was like, wait, what? And that was pretty amazing. Other 2 races I finished second, I think, but still lots of fun times at Bushnell. I've probably done like 15 or 20 races this year. And if you ever have a rental kart track, go out and do them because they are a ton of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Almost lap in the field. That's a big achievement, even in karting.
Right.
Alex has one. He just chimed in via Myra here. From Alex, best of 2021, the Indy 500 winter celebration. That was pretty damn cool seeing Elio win it again. And the fact that they didn't do a NASCAR situation where they immediately shoved a camera in his face as soon as he got out in the interview. They just let him run around on the front stretch for a while.
Ran off like an hour.
Yeah, that was pretty damn cool.
I'm an Alex Palou fan too, but I'm like, you know what? I'm cool with this.
Yeah, I wish NASCAR just let the guys celebrate for a minute, especially in situations like that. And Alex has the first worst. He says spending his money on the Coke 600 and sitting for a 600-mile race without a single pass.
God.
Yeah, he bitched about that one quite a bit. My best, I'm going to go – man, this is hard because Dalton took mine. I'm going to go Blaney's Daytona win. He'd already gotten his second win of the season the week before that in Michigan, which is the first time he'd ever got 2 wins in a season. But that wreck going into turn 3 on the last lap of the 400 at Daytona was pretty cool because that all but secured the win for Blaney.
I was really hoping LaJoy would win because I had money on him, and I bet $1 that night, and I ended up winning like $60 off of DraftKings because I picked like 4 of the top 5 or whatever, and I had LaJoy in there. And if I had LaJoy, I probably would have won like $200 off that single dollar. So I was like, nothing against Blaney, but I was like, man, I really need LaJoy to win this race.
Yeah. Well, nothing against LaJoy, but I'm stoked that Blaney won that race. That was pretty damn cool to see him win it. Because he gets so close at restrictor plate races almost every time he goes out. He's been close in the 500 before. It was super cool to see him win one live. That was only the second time I'd ever seen him win live. So it was pretty damn cool. Yeah, because I watched Michigan and Daytona were the only 2 times I've ever seen Blaney win live.
There's no way.
The Roval race I was working, Pocono I was working. Talladega, I was at that race and it rained out and I had to listen to him win on the way home.
I've had that happen to me before.
Yeah, and then Atlanta, I was driving back from Denver at the time that the Atlanta race was going on. So by the time I got home, he had already won and people were lighting me up on Twitter. So yeah, I got to see Blaney win twice live this year. That was pretty damn cool. Dalton, do you have a worst?
The Pretzel dirt race this year.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be bad from the very beginning. They announced it. What really pissed me off about announcement, I know I'm repeating myself being a dead horse right now, but like when they announced it in 2020 with the new schedule, I knew they were talking about going to dirt. I'm like, y'all are crazy. Like, how are you going to do that? But I was like, okay, I mean, whatever, it is what it is. I'll try it. But then what really pissed me off the most about the Bristol dirt from the very start was the date they put it on, which was in late March. And for those of you who don't live in East Tennessee, March is the month where it floods in this area every single year. And there's actually a very good trend of spring races at Bristol getting rained out in March. Ever since 2007, I counted 8 times for the spring race that it was either rain delayed or postponed. And for the night race, only 1 time in 2016, if that tells you anything. So I was like, screw this. I'm just going to save my money for Nashville. But then I got free tickets from the elevator guys at Bristol Motor Speedway. I said, okay, I guess I'll just go try it and see what happens. But I said, I'm going back to work on Monday. And so if it rains, I didn't want to come anyway. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. So I turned around and went home. The truck race for the not the truck race, the heat races for the trucks. We were getting ready to go watch that, but then we knew rain was coming. I said, you know what, we're not going to get in that. And then they started it, and then they immediately had to stop it because nobody could see. I'm like, dude, what an embarrassment this is. And then I'm like, this is exactly why you should never scheduled it on late March. I knew this was going to happen. I was right this entire time. I mean, I hate to claim I'm right, but I mean, come on. and then the very next day I had to work. I listened to it on the radio, and it sounded like a shit show on the radio. And then I got home and watched the final 50 laps, and I'm like, yeah, this sucks. But and now they're doing it next year. They even announced they were going next year before he was even over. I'm like, can you just let this shit play out before you go announcing it? But I have decided that I'm going to try Bristol Dirt one more time next year. I will ask off work just to see it. See it in person, see if it'll change my mind. I mean, they fixed it. I mean, it's a later date. It's at a night race, but it's on Easter Sunday, which
big
some
yikes.
people, like I really don't understand like why they didn't do it the Saturday night before. I don't know who's in charge of scheduling those races, but not to be a dig, but I just want to get him on my show or somewhere. Just simply ask him, what's your plan here? I mean, if you want people to, I get it. You want people to come back to the spring race, but if you keep scheduling it on late March where the weather sucks every year and Easter Sunday night, you're not going to get those tickets, and you're not going to be able to pay for putting dirt on it and taking it off every single year. So, I mean, you need to figure that out. But yeah, Bristol Dirt, I thought it was an embarrassment this year, but I'll give it one more try, see how it is in person, and if not, then you just need to give me my concrete date back.
Yeah, for sure. I can see kind of where they were thinking with the Easter Sunday is maybe, there's nothing else really on TV. Hopefully they get some more of that TV audience. But you're going to sacrifice so much in ticket sales. I mean, people are going to be pissed. Yeah.
People are going to be going home. Like, they're not even going to watch TV. Like, that's usually the time where everybody's like, if they go, I don't know, to out of town or somewhere to visit family and they want to watch the race, well, they got to go. Everybody's got to go work the next day. I mean, I got to go work the next day, but I'm going to ask off. But you're not going to get that.
We're not their core demographic. It's LA. Remember?
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
That whole weekend was a low light because I was, I'm sitting there thinking, Hamlin's got the fastest car, got a long run coming. Caution. I was pissed. He's second to Logano, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. He's going to move him out of the way, knowing what's going to happen, and nothing happens. And
I won't forgive Danny for that.
The whole rest of the day getting clowned by my friends, like, oh, your driver lost to Joey Logano, and it's like, yeah, it was just a bad time.
Yeah. Nate, what's your worst of 2021?
Oh man, we got to go all the way back to the start. Anybody who knows me on Twitter knows that I am a massive Fernando Alonso fan. Like, as you can see behind me, he comes back to F1, and I was like, I don't really know why he wants to come back. He could go to IndyCar. There's better teams out there for him. Why come back to a middle of the road team? And he had a terrible first couple races, just to the point of he's not used to the tires, he's not used to the cars, he needs the steering fixed and everything. And, it all kind of came to a head in one weekend in Monaco where he was he qualified 17th out of 20 cars. And I was like, something's wrong here. Something's really, really wrong. And that was rough. Like, I don't know if this is how, a Jimmy Johnson fan felt for the last couple of years. And I was like, is this what it feels like to have your favorite driver get washed up? And, sure enough, after that, everything was like smooth sailing. They fixed a lot of the kinks and everything was fine. But
oh no,
man, That was.
Oh no, Dalton left.
Yeah, we lost him.
He was messing with his phone. I wonder if he accidentally kicked it out.
Yeah,
We'll give him.
I thought it was on a computer.
Yeah, well, I saw him messing with it.
Yeah, it was rough. Like I didn't think it was going to be that bad for him coming back, but it's just.
Yeah,
I mean, he was just running around ahead of like maybe 2 or 3 cars for the first month of the season, and I'm glad it did get sorted out, and I'm glad that he got back on the podium because other than that, it was rough. And another thing that was rough for me is probably like, I said I was going to get in shape this year. Had one too many meals at McDonald's this year. Nothing really happened in terms of fitness improvement. I got in the 206 cart for the first time a few months ago. Did it for 40 minutes, not expecting it to be that tiring. I come out, my legs are completely bruised from hitting the fuel tank so many times. And, my neck, my back, everything is sore. And I was like, shoot, I completely missed. I was like, man, I thought I was going to get in shape. And it never happened. So
yeah,
if you ever make a New Year's resolution, stick to it.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be following that because I need to lose a little bit of weight this next year. Dalton, you good like your last name?
McDonald's, but...
Yeah, shout out to my mom for calling me in the middle of the show.
Oh, I saw you messing with it. I figured you just accidentally closed it out.
Well, yeah, mom called me. I hung up immediately, and then it was refreshing for y'all, and it was taking a little bit, so I'm just going to log off and come back in. Sorry about that. Thanks,
that
Mom.
Happened with Keith Merrick when we had him on. He got like 3 phone calls during it, and he had his phone set up kind of weird on like some sort of shelf or something, and every time it vibrated, it kicked him out, and like his phone would fall off the back of the shelf. So we'd see the phone fall. Yeah, and then...
Yeah, I remember seeing that. Yeah, I was laughing my ass off. Yeah, it'd be easy if I was on my computer, but my mic's a piece of shit, so...
Yeah, we got to get you a mic.
Well, Dad's buying me a JBL headset with a mic on it for Christmas, so I'm going to get that set up. It's Bluetooth, so hopefully that fixes everything. But this thing, I'm done with it. I tried everything to fix it, and it's a piece of shit. We tried it last night, and you said we were still having problems, so nah. Yeah. Tired of fixing it.
My worst of 2021 is going to be that race in Austin, Texas at COTA. Why the hell were we out there? Why were we racing in that shit? We had a few really bad accidents. Within a span of just a few minutes, it seemed like. We had the good clip of MTJ flipping off the in-car camera after his accident. And then we had that bullshit finish of where Chase got into the lead. They kind of let him run a couple laps and just said, all right.
Oh, yeah. They're like, now it's too dangerous. Like when he was leading.
After it let up on rain.
Right.
Like,
now it's dangerous because Chase always leading the race.
Yeah, that was such bullshit. Oh, I was so pissed that week.
I mean, it sucks. Like, I was mad because I love rain racing. Like, I spend my whole time telling people that have never seen a rain race. I'm like, you are going to love this. Rain racing is my favorite thing. It's super fun. And sure enough, COTA happens. I mean, F1 at Spa, that was even bigger embarrassment. So, yeah, I didn't get any rain racing this year.
Yeah, COTA was bullshit. That was my Bristol dirt. Oh, man, I hated it so much.
Fair enough. Was pretty bad, too. I forgot to put that in my worst. I mean, me and Borchert, he came from all the way from Seattle to Daytona to watch this Coke 0400. In the morning after the race, like we watched the F1 race in the hotel room, and it's raining so hard. Like, okay, nothing's happening. Like, surely they're going to start this race eventually, right? Another hour goes by, nothing happens. Another hour goes by, nothing happens. And sure enough, we spent maybe 6 or 7 hours in the hotel room waiting for this race to start. What they do, they decide to run 2 pace laps because that's the rule. It's like, okay, if we run 2 pace laps, the race is official. Pull into the pits, and they declare a winner, and they give them points. And it's like, we just sat there like 6 hours waiting for a race. We got nothing.
Yeah, and you see George Russell finish second. Yeah,
like he's the only human being that enjoyed that day.
Yeah,
fans didn't get refunds either.
Well, other than that, man, we burned through that list a little quicker than I thought. I'm gonna open it up. Do you guys have anything racing or not related that y'all want to talk about before we start plugging away here at the end?
Let's see. I mean, we got to do, like, what are we doing? Maybe favorite M&Ms moments, favorite M&Ms paint schemes. Like, we got to do something.
There we go. Dalton, you got a list.
Oh, hell yeah, I do. So, like, how are we doing this? We're going to do, like, top 10 or?
Shoot, top 5. It could be anything. Like, you just go around. I don't know.
Give me your favorite M&M's paint schemes.
I am going to do top 10. How about that?
That'll work.
That's all right. All right, so I'm trying to remember. We did this on the first episode. I'm trying to remember it. Or actually, no, excuse me. That was like all time, like any sponsor. So,
Yeah.
All right. So, looking at my diecast case up here. So for number 10 of all time, I want to do. I'm gonna go with that M&M's pretzel or no, excuse me. Let's do M&M's Halloween 2014 for the number 10. I liked it with the 2014 Camry instead of the 2015 through 16 Camry. It looked a lot more meaner to me. The orange and black M&Ms all over the hood, all the M&Ms characters and costumes on the quarter panels and the bumper, which was pretty sick. Do you guys want to go next, or like are we going to rotate around, or do you want me to keep going?
Yeah,
give me all yours.
You keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going. Okay. Number 9. I should have planned this. Number 9. I want to do the. I'm looking. I think for number 9, I want to do the M&M's Summer Fun 2008. He ran it at the Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis in 2008, aka the Goodyear Blowout Race. The first ever red, white, and blue paint scheme for Kyle Busch. I thought it was really awesome. I was expecting it for him to run it at Daytona for the 4th of July race, but of course that was interstate, so I was kind of disappointed about that, but it was cool to see that on track at Indianapolis. And now for number 8, I want to do the excuse me. I want to do the M&M's hazelnut from 2019. Really loved the blue on it. Really loved the flavor. I loved the flavor as well. I didn't really like hazelnut. I wasn't really into it, but I didn't try the hazelnuts until the championship week at Nashville. They had like a M&M's truck like give out free hazelnuts to everybody, and they were actually pretty good. And now they're not selling them anymore, so that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can buy them on M&Ms.com or something. I'll have to go check that out, but I really do miss those hazelnuts. So that was a pretty sick scheme. Now, for number 7, I'm going to do an underrated one that doesn't get much appreciation. And I just got this in the mail today. I got the Ethel M164 diecast right here in my hand. So I never really heard of Ethel M. Apparently they were owned by M&Ms, and it's a chocolate, like a little chocolate cactus factory or museum in Las Vegas. I went to Vegas in 2020. I never heard of these guys, but if I would have, I would have stopped by. But I thought that was a pretty good scheme. I really liked the kind of like teal blue they put on it. So I thought that was pretty cool. Next time I go to Vegas, I'll have to stop by and try their chocolates. Now for number 6, I want to do the M&M's peanut butter from 2014. I didn't really care much for the 2013 peanut butter scheme, but I thought the 2014 was a little bit better, probably because of what they did to the hood. I really enjoyed like the red M&M character on the quarter panel with the peanut butter hairdo. I thought that was pretty cool. Now for number 5, I want to do the M&M's red, white, and blue from 2016 to present. Just a simple red and white blue scheme. I like it when it's plain white. And I'm going to continue with the other red, white, and blue paint schemes for number 4. I want to do the 2012 red, white, and blue M&M scheme from the 2012 Coke 600. He also ran it at Kentucky that year as well. I got to say that's probably my all-time favorite red, white, and blue scheme, and I'm really going to miss those at the end of 2022. And then for number 3, here's where it gets tough. So for number 3, I'm going to do the M&M's 2012 regular paint scheme. 2012 was a great season for paint schemes, and I thought Kyle had one of the best. I really liked the chocolate splash on the sides of the cars. That was probably my favorite part of it. And that's what the year they introduced the brown M&M character. She got to get on the car as well, which was pretty cool. they had an all M&M's scheme for the Miss Brown character. I thought that was pretty cool, but not as good as the 2012. So that was 2012 was probably my all-time favorite regular M&M's paint scheme. But number two, I want to do the 2017 through present M&M, or 2021, excuse me, because it's going to change next year. 2017 to 2021 M&M's yellow. Probably the most simple M&M scheme he's ever ran. And now number one, this is definitely an easy one. Number one will always be the crispy M&Ms. The championship winning flavor. I got to see it win the championship in Homestead, which was a wonderful moment. Hopefully that will be a throwback at Darlington this year for M&M's final season. One thing I would love, I tweeted this out after the announcement was made. I want to see M&M's do all their characters, all their flavors for one final year. Like, we get like a white chocolate. We get to do a regular M&Ms, the hazelnuts, the caramels. Bring it all this year. I'd like for them to go out with a bang. So, M&M's, you're watching this, give me all the flavors next year. Let's have a good year. So yeah, there's my top 10 M&M's paint schemes list.
Yeah, you're giving us tough competition here because, I didn't think of this either. I was like, I don't know if I can name 10, but I'm going for 5. Like, I know I'm going from the top down. So number 1, easily crispy car. There's no debate. Let's see. Number 2, I'm probably going to go a little bit further back. Definitely the Pretzel car, that blue and brown from
2010 or 14.
Like 2010, 2011 M&M's Pretzel.
Yeah, okay, that's the best one. Yes,
those were some of my favorite flavors as a kid, and I love the color blue, so I have to go with that.
Real quick, have you tried those snowballs yet?
No, I haven't tried those.
They weren't bad, honestly. It's white chocolate pretzel.
Okay.
I did a review on it. I gave it a 6.8, something like that. It wasn't terrible. I didn't really like the pretzels, I'll be honest with you. I thought it was just too salty for me, but I think the white chocolate being in that really helped. But I was just asking if you tried those. They're only limited time if you want them because they're a Christmas flavor. So if you want to go to Walmart, get them, you better.
Yeah, so let's see. Number 3. Probably I'm going to go way off the beaten path here. I'd probably go with the Skittles Sweet Heat car, like the all black that ran, I think, 2 races.
Oh my God, yes.
Like, I've never eaten Skittles Sweet Heat, but I just love the look of the paint scheme. Like the black with the little flame on it. And I'm like, that was perfect. Honestly, I like that a little more than the primary Skittles car. So I'm going with that.
I could agree.
Top 5. Number 4. This is a tough one. I really like the M&M's Minis car that ran this year. I really like the M&M's Hazelnut car that ran a few years ago. I also really like the Caramel car that ran like 3 or 4 years ago. But I'm probably going to go with the Hazelnut car again because I have the preference for blue. It's not like my 100% favorite flavor, but I have to go with the scheme. And then the last one, without a doubt, the 2012 Patriotic paint scheme. The white one was good, but the blue one's definitely, that was definitely my favorite because I have a little 164 of that as a kid. I don't know where it is. It might still be in one of those boxes up there. But
I got it up here, man.
Oh, you're so lucky. I don't know where it is. I don't know which house it's at. It might be gone, but there's somewhere in this house, there is a box with all of my 164s.
All right. So while Dalton's grabbing that, I have compiled my list.
All right.
I spent a little bit looking up to make sure I had the right years and everything.
Did you go for a full 10?
I went for 5.
Right, because I could probably keep going. It's just I'm kind of lost after 5.
Yeah, it just gets convoluted for me. I'm gonna go number 5.
I got that in Walmart when that came out.
I'm gonna go number 5 was the 2010 M&M's Pretzel. That scheme looked good. I like the orange number on the top, that nice brighter blue, not so much the dark blue they ran in 2014. Up from the bottom, number 4 is the Ken Schrader 2000 4th of July car. I know it's not a Kyle Busch car.
Is that the 911 car or is it the?
No, the 2000 4th of July one. Let me pull it up here.
Oh man, yeah, I don't remember this one.
Actually, while you're doing that, I kind of want to take one away. Now that I just thought of it, I want to take one away off my list.
I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know you were doing other drivers. So that was my confusion.
Oh yeah, 100% M&Ms.
What was my number 5? Was my number 5 the white red, wine, blue scheme?
Yes.
Well, no, I think it was white or blue. I know one of them was blue.
The blue one. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because the blue one was
Blue
4.
and white. Yeah.
Yeah. For number 5, I want to take that one away, and for number 5, I want to do the Transformers M&Ms.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
I completely forgot about that one.
I forgot one too. It's a Starburst car that ran last year in Xfinity.
The Transformers. The Transformers 2 was probably my favorite Transformers movie of all time. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for that, but I remember I was going to see that movie that weekend. I had no idea Kyle was doing a Transformers scheme. And when I saw it at practice in Sonoma that weekend, I got so excited. It was like a kid on Christmas when he saw his present. It was my favorite all-time movie scheme, the Transformers one. Ooh, that was sick.
That was a good-looking car. Kind of hard to see on camera, but yeah, it was a good-looking car. Number 3, I'm going to go with the 2004 Elliott Sadler Daytona 500 grayscale M&Ms.
Oh,
the entire car was black and white and had those bright orange numbers on it. That one was sick. Number 2 is the Kyle Busch Zombie M&Ms that he won at Texas with in 2020. I really like that car. The nice black and white with a little bit of color in there. That one was fucking dope. And then number 1, my all-time favorite M&M scheme is the Kyle Busch Indiana Jones M&M.
I can't believe I forgot to put that on my list either. Damn it!
That one is my all-time goat.
There's just so many of them. Yeah, Indiana Jones. That was also a fun fact. I watched that movie the day that happened. I remember we went to the movie theater, we watched that movie, and then the very next night we come home, I watched the Southern 500, and Kyle won that car, so that was pretty cool. And I finally got that diecast. It's downstairs.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I knew you were on a hunt for it for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I finally got lucky. It was before the Pretzel Dirt weekend. Shout out to Ryan Hartz on Twitter. I spent days tweeting, does anybody have this? Does anybody have this? And he said, hey, I got this. I don't really want it anymore. I said, how much you want for it? He said 150. I said, dude, that's my exact price range. Can we make a deal here? He said, yeah, DM me your Venmo and I'll give it to you. So I hit him up and he forgot it was autographed. He pulled it out. He forgot it was autographed and he texted back and said, I didn't notice, but it was actually autographed. But since you're a diehard fan, I'll keep it at 150. I said, deal. Yeah. Just take my money.
I had at a garage sale, I want to say I was probably, 12 or 13. I was still a Kyle Busch fan at the time. I found his rookie Busch Series car, that number 5 Lowe's, and it was autographed. And I got rid of it a couple years ago. But man, if I still had it, I'd fucking send it to you.
Yeah, I don't really collect much of his Xfinity cars. The only Xfinity diecast I have is his Monster car, because that was my all-time favorite Xfinity car.
Yeah. I thought the reason it was cool was because it was from 2004.
I'm definitely gonna get the
got it signed. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get the Nashville 100th win and the Atlanta win for the Xfinity Series, and that's pretty much it. I'm thinking about getting his 2009 championship, but overall for Xfinity, that's kind of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking for, if I'm looking for a Kyle Busch diecast, I'm either thinking one of the race wins that he had in the Pretzel car. I think he won a Richmond race in that one.
That was the only one, and I was there.
Really? Okay, yeah. So that he won that. Maybe 2015, maybe Sonoma or Kentucky, thinking that. Or I visited the KBM shop in I think 2019, and if there's a diecast of a Z-Line car out there, I need. This is definitely one of them because
they have one. I know eBay does.
I'm going on eBay and I will find that car eventually because if there's a Kyle Busch car, that is the first on my list. That's my all-time favorite nationwide paint scheme. So
maybe Z-Line should come back and sponsor Kyle. I wouldn't mind that.
Oh, yes. Man, that'd be perfect.
Well, guys, that was a lot of fun. Dalton, it was awesome having you on again.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Alex, I hate you're not on here, but thanks for telling me to come on and replace you tonight. Really enjoyed talking to you guys. Again, the podcast last night was fun as hell. Sorry I didn't know what wool was. Yeah. But yeah, just thanks again for having me on. I figured somebody would want me on somewhere to talk about the M&Ms news, and glad you guys were the first ones to bring it up. So really appreciate you.
Oh, no, Alex, hold on. He just texted me. He said, send me a link and I'll hop on.
Colton, shit, okay.
Because my phone and my computer are not hooked up. So
while I'm doing this, Dalton, you got any plugs?
Yeah, so you guys can follow me on Twitter at Dalton Good 18 if you haven't already. I'm 2 away from 2,250 followers, so I want to get to 250 by the end of the year this year. So you guys go ahead and give me a follow. I'd like to get to 2,300 before the Daytona 500 if you can. You can also follow me on Instagram. I really need my follower count to jump there, even though I don't post much.
Like that's what I was gonna say too.
Oh yeah, at Dalton Rowdy Busch 18 on Instagram. Yeah. You can also tune
in down here. Shoot, I can't even point to it. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, I'll get you. You can also tune into my podcast on Left Turn Colts. We are currently in a hiatus right now, but we should be back sometime after New Year's. We had to stop a little bit for Cody and Cooper to get done with their schoolwork, but we're going to come back on soon. We're going to give you guys some off-season content. Also, speaking of Left Turn Colt, I just announced a new segment called Dalton Good's Rowdy Reactions starting in 2022. You get to watch me go live, react to a handful of races, starting with the Busch Class next year on February 6th, live on Left Turn Colt's Twitter and YouTube. I'm also doing the Atlanta race in March, the Martinsville race in April, Gateway in June, New Hampshire in July, the regular season finale at Daytona, then the Charlotte Roval in October, then the championship race in Phoenix. I'll be live on Left Turn Colt sitting right here on this desk. My TV is right there. Just put it there. So it should be fun. There'll probably be screaming if Kyle Busch wrecks. There'll probably be a celebration if he wins. It's gonna be fun. So you guys should tune into that. I'm wanting 18 viewers for the Busch Class if you can. That's my goal to start. So make sure you guys tune into that.
Hell yeah. You also forgot one big plug about Left Turn Colt. It's that Colton's going to be on the show.
Yeah. I'm currently working on that. Cooper and Cody are currently being dicks about that at the moment. I always tell them, hey, can we do this? Can we do that? Can we do that? And I get no response, or they start talking about something else, like they change the subject. And it's not just you; it's with everybody. Like I say, hey, when are we going live? Like when are we going to do a show? And like they would never answer me. So that's
if they're watching, Dalton's throwing some shade. You guys better get your shit together.
Okay, we admit this. We are the most unorganized and podcast on NASCAR. We're very inconsistent, just like some of NASCAR's calls. We're sorry about that, but no, we got you. Oh, Nathan, thank you for the follow, by the way.
Yep.
I'll hit you right back.
Nate, you got any plugs real quick while we're waiting for Alex to get on?
Let's see. It's not necessarily a plug, but whenever they do get done, I'd like to thank HPG Wraps because I'm not artistically talented. I have to have somebody else do my helmet for me. Like I know what I want on there. I just cannot do anything artistically. So I sent my helmet up there and lo and behold, they're going to wrap it in the design I wanted. So that's been a long time coming for me. I was going to get it painted at first and I was like, you know what? No, I don't know what I want. So like, I'm just going to get it wrapped because it's easier that way. Lower maintenance. So, I got new colors for next year. So hopefully I will have the Fanfield logo on the visor for when I do karting next year. So there might be some more brands on there. Who knows? So just got to wait and see.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Man, Alex sure is taking his sweet time.
Isn't he still in Mexico or something?
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
He's got to be in Mexico.
Wait, is he still on the road?
He's in Mexico for Christmas.
No, like is he there or is he still on the way?
Oh, I'm not sure. I think he's already there.
If he's still on the way, he probably don't have connection.
He just said getting gas, maybe a few.
Damn,
okay, Alex. So he's going to be on. We know that.
Yeah. Dalton, how good are you at filling airtime?
What's up?
How good are you at filling airtime?
Filling airtime? Like my last name.
Yeah. So we've talked about it on here. I want to get your opinion of it. The fact that Door Bumper Clear a few months ago was talking about Ty Gibbs, and he's going to run full-time Xfinity this next year, and that they're probably going to try to move him up to Cup just because that kid's he's ready. And they mentioned that there would be a high-profile seat more than likely open up at Joe Gibbs Racing. With M&Ms stepping out, and I've said it for a couple months now that I think it's going to be Kyle Busch that's given up his seat. If he doesn't like these new cars, he had a ton of fun when he did the Rallycross. We could see another Jimmy Johnson thing where he just goes to drive stuff that he likes. I want him to go just full-time Xfinity and just rack up like 160 wins. Yeah, get to 200 in Xfinity Series. But what I want to know your opinion on that. What are you going to do if Kyle does retire within the next year or two?
This was this is exactly what I meant when I said the future was uncertain right now. Like Lance or Cole would always joke around saying, "Hey, Ty Gibbs going to take that 18 ride. Ty Gibbs going to take that 18 ride." And my reaction would always be like laughing in their face. But now with this news, I'm starting to think that's real right now. If you look at it, Kurt Busch is not far from retirement. I don't know if his contract's 1 to 2 years. I know it's no more than 2. But whenever he leaves, that's going to open the door for Monster to come right back in, of course. Mm-hmm. With this M&Ms news, that I hate to panic, or I hate to make the Rowdy Nation panic, but it's
dread is slowly setting in.
It might have. Get ready to either move teams. The last thing I want, if Kyle moves to a new team, fine. Again, it's going to suck having to replace everything, but, I can get over it. But what I don't want is an early retirement. I feel like he has about 7 to 8 more years left in him. I want him to finish off in 7 to 8 years. I get if he wants to spend time with family. That's fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, especially they're having a surrogate kid next May. And I know he wants to focus on Brexton, getting Brexton ready. I'll be waiting for Brexton when he comes in. But it's just the last thing I want is a Carl Edwards retirement. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, yeah. I can't imagine what Carl Edwards fans went through the day he just randomly said, "Hey, I'm leaving, bye." That's just what that's the last thing I want to happen. I can handle Kyle moving teams. I can handle a new sponsor, but an early retirement is what I'm honestly scared for. But I don't know if I want to say early retirement yet. Again, it's very surprising that we never heard what he said about the Gen 7. But however, he is doing 2 more tests with it, so we'll probably get something there, hopefully. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm just kind of worried about the future. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know how it's all gonna work out. But I guess we'll find out more about that next year. But I think per Bob Parker, as he said, like next year is his last year. So for Joe Gibbs at least, but last thing I'm hoping for is early retirement. But as for Joe Gibbs Racing, I don't see Kyle staying at Joe Gibbs Racing long. I know Denny Hamlin I think Denny Hamlin's going to stay at Gibbs. He probably could go to 23XI, run for his own team, but I don't see that happening now because of FedEx. Truex is not far from retirement, but I feel like 5 more years for him. It could depend on what happens to Christopher Bell if he doesn't do anything. But Ty Gibbs taking that 18 rod is starting to look a little realistic, and it's very scary. And I'm not going to be mad at that. That's Joe Gibbs' grandson. Of course, he's going to sign him, and that's fine. Hell, I might pull for Ty Gibbs when Kyle retires and wait until Brexton comes in because I really like the guy. But, I don't know what's going to happen. There's a lot of questions to be answered for next year. So we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was kind of a follow-up question is who would you pull for? Obviously you answered that with Ty Gibbs.
And then Brexton whenever he comes in.
Yeah. Now if Kyle does these next 2 next gen tests and we still hear him be silent, is that more worrisome for you than him coming out being negative?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. I figured, usually a silence, especially from Kyle, is worse than him going out and just bad-mouthing something,
Yeah. I don't know if they were afraid that he was going to talk shit about it, because NASCAR probably didn't want that. But, with the drivers being happy about it, I don't know what's going on there. But I guess we'll see what happens in the next 2 tests. But, I'm kind of freaking out, to be honest with you. I don't know what all is going to happen after this.
Yeah. I agree.
It just sucks. that's what happened with Terry Labonte. I didn't start watching NASCAR until late in his career. I knew he would. Mom kept telling me, hey, Terry's like getting ready to retire soon. I mean, he's getting old. And that's probably another reason why I didn't really watch NASCAR from 2005 to 2006. Well, mostly I forgot about it, but like with Terry Labonte leaving, like there was no other driver to pull for. And I hate to have to do that all over again. I mean, it's just part of being a fan of anybody, except for Nathan. I mean, he's got it made because Denny Hamlin you don't have to worry about Denny Hamlin going anywhere.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it happens to everybody. Everybody's going to lose sponsors. Everybody's going to move teams. You got to prepare for that. You got to spend money on more merchandise of different sponsors. It sucks, but again, that's what part of being a racing fan. It's kind of like the NFL. You get a Christian McCaffrey jersey, but he keeps getting hurt because he's born with glass bones and paper skin, and he might not hang around in Carolina anymore. So he may have to leave, and then now you got to buy a new jersey of whoever, because if he's not playing for Carolina, then what's the point of wearing his jersey?
Yeah, exactly. Did you get any NASCAR merch for Christmas, or did you ask for any?
You remember that M&Ms backdrop that I bought?
Yeah.
I bought that shit 2 fucking weeks ago.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I just bought this jacket a month ago. I wore it to the burnouts. What else did I get? My aunt bought me M&M mugs on Saturday. So yeah, I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I'm really, really pissed.
But you'll still have it. And then, I mean, you figure even if in, say, 15 years you don't want all the M&M shit, I'm sure it'll go for decent money on eBay. Well, pick out the stuff you don't want.
Well, again, I mean, it's not like they're going to Chase Elliott or Joey Logano. Like, if that was the case, then I'd really have to get rid of all my stuff. But since they're just leaving the sport, I mean, that pretty much means, Kyle, they ended with Kyle. So, it's still him no matter what happens to him. So it won't be too bad. I mean, hell, I still got number 5 gear from where I started pulling for him in 2007. Now the shirts, however, don't fit me anymore, but I mean, I still got a couple hats, which are pretty cool. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm going to have to rearrange this whole room. I don't know how that's going to happen. Rest in peace, my M&M bed sheets too, because that's going to be no more after 2022.
Oh, Alex is here.
Oh, there he is.
You made it.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
Can you hear me?
How's
we
it
got
going?
you.
The hostess with the mostest?
Aw, that's so cute. Yeah, I'm in the middle of nowhere, Texas. So I'm at Love's. I don't know if you can see it behind me, repping the NASCAR shit with Michael McDowell's sponsor.
Another law sponsor.
We had a very eventful day. I've been stuck in traffic for about 3 to 4 hours, and our road trip is not going so hot because of that.
Damn. When are you supposed to get to Mexico?
We're gonna get to the border. Probably like 5 hours. So we still got like 5 hours to go.
Yeah, how far into Mexico are you going?
About 6 hours.
Damn.
Oh God.
Are you driving it all tonight?
No, we're gonna leave in the morning from Myra's parents' house. So we're gonna go see all her family in Mexico. So it's gonna be fun for Christmas and New Year's. I just wanted to hop on and say hello and Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy New Year's. Thanks for all that you guys have done, this whole season, watching and supporting us on Twitter and Facebook and everything. And of course, you guys, Colton and Nathan, for being there pretty much since the beginning. And of course, Dalton for being our first repeat guest because you're such a badass.
Hey, thanks, buddy. Gotta get sub in for you.
I missed you last night, but I was at work, so I'll be.
At least I gave you a good laugh,
Yeah.
You can thank Wool for.
I'm still on that shit, man. How did you not know what wool was?
I swear to God, I've never heard of that word in my entire life. My family never mentioned it to me. I never heard anything about it. I don't play Minecraft.
What did you think the sheep had on them? Fur? Like, is that what you called it?
I swear to God, I really didn't know.
Skin? I don't know. Like the sheep have.
That's where the cotton candy came from. Like, I don't know.
Oh my god! Yeah, I'm embarrassed. Like I probably should have known. Yes, but it's in my Twitter bio now. So if you haven't seen, I literally
Yeah, I've
went
been
to
watching the show. Well, okay, I've been listening to the show because I'm not supposed to be watching and driving. So Myra's had it on her phone, chiming in with everything that I've had to say. I do want to say to you though, just like last time when we were on and we were talking about Kyle Busch schemes, that Transformer scheme is trash. Flames are the devil.
hell no. That's a
You
that's a
have to
bad
say
fucking
that.
take.
Wow.
You and Parv would get along, Alex.
Yeah.
Flames are the ugliest thing I've ever seen on a race
Look,
car.
I'm not saying that Flames look good. It's just that was decently executed. Like not
No,
every
it was
Flame
ugly.
was good, but that one was fine.
I will say though, I will agree with Colton. The one I was looking at saying for my top three was number one was the Indiana Jones car, and then my 2 and 3 were from the same year, 2008. The green and pink, all green and all pink M&Ms cars that he ran that year.
Yeah,
No-
I remember
no
those
Pretzel
ones.
in those? Wow. That's
Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna hop off and get back on the road. You guys have a good rest of the show, and like I said, everybody who's watched all season long, thanks for all the support.
Yeah, well, you drive safe. Let us know when you get there. Merry Christmas to you guys. Nice of you to hop on in here for a minute or two.
Yeah, I just had to trash talk Dalton. That's kind of
Yeah.
what we do here.
That was an emergency stop.
Emergency
I
press
will say
conference.
this.
Alex talks Dalton.
Yeah, no, but we met up at Talladega, and no, it was really cool to see him and all the guys from Chairgate and Left Turn Cole.
Yeah.
So we'll have to do that again.
Well, I'm thinking about Daytona 500. Still trying to figure that out. I will be back at both Talladegas, Bristol Dirt, and Nashville, Atlanta, July, and that's all I have for right now. So if you're there, come say hi.
Alex.
Well,
Atlanta.
probably one of the Talladegas will be there, and one of the Atlantas. I'm not sure which one yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
Well, either way, your guys' Atlanta flies. I'm thinking July Atlanta is looking like the race I'm going to next year.
Really?
Yeah,
So-
I can't do the March Atlanta because that's one of my Rowdy Reactions races that I'm doing. So it's gonna have to be in July.
Yeah. All right, Alex,
Yeah.
you take it easy. Thank you for hopping on again.
No problem.
I can't wait till you get back and you can actually do this shit.
Not so easy hosting, is it?
No, it's not.
No, yeah, I can't do it, so I'm having Colton do all the work.
It's been a really good show so far tonight, though. So you guys continue kicking ass, and I'll see y'all next year.
Yeah.
All
it's
right.
gonna be
Yeah.
2022
Next year.
All right, everybody. Bye.
Take it easy.
See you, Alex.
All right. Well, with that, any final comments?
Thank you, M&Ms, for a fun almost 15 years. I hate you leaving, but I mean, no hard feelings. It's business. I get it. I'm still going to buy your products. I'll still support y'all. I'm going to keep all my stuff that I bought for y'all. Just really sad to see you go, but I wish y'all nothing but the best. Hopefully you find some good business elsewhere. Hopefully we can give you one final good season. Hopefully with the Daytona 500 the championship to end it all out.
Yeah, I'll definitely thank Mars Products for being a NASCAR supporter for 30 years, which is way longer than I've been alive. Want to thank Rental Kart Super Tour for helping me probably for the past 3 or 4 months with karting and everything. So also want to thank everyone that supported the podcast because I know that we went from basically nothing at the beginning of the year. It was, 2 or 3 of us. We just got together. We're like, you know what? We're starting a podcast, and we've probably doubled in followers in the past month or so. So we're looking good for next year. I don't want to get too optimistic yet, but I think if we can double by the end of next year, I think we're in a good spot.
Just keep it up. Trust me. Just keep it up. You'll get to where you need to be.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and bouncing off that, this will be Mars's 15th season with Kyle Busch. So it's been a great run with them. And again, I want to thank all the fans that we've acquired over the last year. I know most of the viewers that we have, at least live, are obligatory, being girlfriends, wives, whatnot, it seems like. However, it's still nice to have a little bit of growth here, and especially all the fans that interact with us on Twitter, on Facebook. We get a lot of it now. And for those of you that check us out on YouTube, we really appreciate you guys. Check us out at FanFuel MSM on Twitter. That's capital F, capital F, capital MSM. Check us out on Facebook. Go ahead and follow us on YouTube at FanFuel Motorsports. And also check us out on fanfuelmotorsports.com.
Yes.
We've been
Well, I
putting out
haven't
some
read any
articles.
articles lately. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been kind of slow in the off season. We will get back up on that, and you guys can also have a chance, and we'd really appreciate it to submit content. We'll kind of go through all those. There is an application form on our Twitter bio. Go ahead and fill that out. We're going to try to get more fans on the podcast next year. We have some big guests that we're lining up for 2022, just at the start of the year, let alone midway or towards the end of the season. So I'm super stoked for that. Again, thank you guys for supporting us so much. Thank you, Dalton, again, for coming on, our first repeat guest. Thanks to all our guests this year. Everyone from Rajah Cruz, Keith Merrick, Kevin from Virginia. Justin Champagne was really our first guest.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a lot of great guests on this year, and I can't wait to do it all again next year and see what the future holds for us. So with that, you guys have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Be safe, and we will see you guys in 2022 with some big things coming. Peace.